Hey folks, Fernando doing another video for the more survivalist EDC update. Couple little things tweaked here and there, and also a few thoughts regarding how this applies to some of the more dramatic aspects of survival and preparedness, not just the everyday little tasks that we usually use our EDC for, but some of the worst case scenarios. Also remember, none of this works if you don't have the knowledge, so as to apply it correctly. For that, I recommend my book. Street Survival Skills would be the one more directly linked to the EDC aspect of preparedness and a bunch of our topics. For the economic aspect, of course, as always, Surviving the Economic Collapse, links for those below. Also, version in Spanish, Manual de Supervivencia Urbana and Manual de Survival Urbain, this French version, which is actually selling very well. Thank you guys in France for your support, and I hope you're enjoying the book. Let's get to this. As always, simple system that I've been using for several years, not a whole lot that changes. Like every human being, having a wallet, having a cell phone, and your keys, right? The cell phone is actually one of these Xiaomi something Note 10 Plus. I don't even care. I just know that it has an OLED screen, which is actually quite good, and it has a 5,000 milliampere battery, which is one of the largest ones in that, form factor of a cell phone. Bunch of cameras. I'm not a cell phone guy. I just know that this thing actually works pretty well, and the price is also very good. I have it in a Spigen case, which for me has been working very well over the years, so still using that. Polaroid glasses. These have been fantastic for me for some time now, and they're affordable, classy, look good, polarized, which is always nice, so super happy with that. That would be the basic stuff any other normal human has. Same with your keys. Here is where we start looking at little things like having backup for the stuff that you carry. Victorinox Minichamp, very complete little tool there. A AAA through night flashlight, powerful enough, I think like almost 200 lumens, and a little peanut lighter and a little pry bar for prying little things. This is your bare minimum EDC. Even if you don't have anything else, you have smaller versions of what you want to have as part of your EDC. Now, of course, moving towards the more typical things that you start carrying when you go down this path. Folding knife, multi-tool. A lot of people will go with a folding knife, but no multi-tool. For me, just have a multi-tool. This is essential. Even if I have to choose between one or the other, the multi-tool will have not just one, it will have two blades. I actually used this blade recently for opening a package of wood. Anyway, multi-tool for me is essential. Leatherman Charge or the Wave version, both of those are excellent. In terms of folding knife, lately I'm using this one, CRKT, which is pretty sturdy, large, solid, more utilitarian type of blade, intended more for rescue. There you have the model, M1614Z LEK, like law enforcement, I guess that's the model. And yeah, you have a tanto tip, half serration, straight edge, and you have a glass breaker and a seatbelt cutter, and even though it's a liner lock, it has this extra safety, which makes it very robust. I hadn't had problems with liner locks, especially in my old Charge, which has a simple liner lock without any kind of safety, and it is rugged enough for most practical uses. This just makes it extra strong, which is nice. Criticism, after a few months by now of using it, this kind of gets into stuff and you're more likely to poke holes into stuff. I like having the glass breaker, I like having the seatbelt cutter, so I'm still going with this. But if I'm dressing a little bit nicer, I'll probably change it for my more sleek ZT, zero tolerance. This is a very nice blade, nice shape. The model is right there, and yeah, very different price range too. This is like 60 bucks, give or take. This is like 300. So I'd rather have this one in case I lose it. And besides, for all practical purposes, this is going to be a better tool for survival, tasks and things you need a blade for. Even though this is a fancier, nicer construction, better steel, and just cool blade all around. But these two I will always have, and one in my left pocket, one in my right pocket. Why? Because you never know if someone is attacking you, if you're defending yourself with one hand, if you're injured, if you're holding someone that is getting hurt and you need to use your other hand but you cannot let go of one. So all of these things, or you're pinned against whatever thing it is, just having the option of either hand has access to a blade, all right? That's the logic I go about. Just, alcohol gel for hand sanitizing whenever you're touching, buttons, anything in the public. People are freaking nasty, and one of the best ways to avoid, numerous amount of diseases is just washing your hands. It's probably one of the things that saves the most lives if people actually do it, but people tend to be quite disgusting. That's why, especially you want to wash your hands whenever you touch anything that's been in, don't obsess over it, because there is a thing as using too much of this and, gets your hands dry, but buttons, elevators, that sort of thing, doors, just wash your hands, especially before eating. Keep that in mind. Flashlight. Here I want to take a second to think about what's been happening in Turkey with this earthquake. How many people would be alive today if they had made the decision of having a flashlight with them? This is not just about the EDC thing of illuminating and just having a little bit of light. No. And I want to make some, self-criticism here, because I find myself having this rotation bullshit thing. I have so many flashlights and I get so many all the time, that I want to get something new to try out. And the EDC flashlights for me should have a whistle, right? And that's something that lately I've been picking ones that don't have it. Think about how many people trapped behind collapsed buildings would be alive today if they had a whistle. Make your location notice, and that's just one example. If you're caught in any kind of disaster, large-scale natural disaster, an attack, a bomb, you had a car accident. I know of a case in which an entire family died right next to the road because they could not find them. This woman missing right now in UK, if she's injured somewhere and she needs to make her location notice, a whistle can save your life. Besides having the light signal, this can also be used to reflect, under debris or whatnot, and it may be visible. And even if you're trapped there, maybe it's going to be hours that you're trapped, maybe even days. You would love to have some light in that case, not only for signaling, but so as to check if you're wounded, if you're bleeding. Also, I was thinking about your watch. You want to have this watch, for example, just a little movement of the wrist. It lights up on its own. This is all I have to do. And it's solar and it has a bunch of things. But imagine being trapped and you have the knowledge, the stuff I explain here. You have the knowledge. You kind of understand that, yeah, you can survive even for several days, depending on if you're injured, depending if you're bleeding, how cold it is. But, you have the knowledge, but you don't know how much time has passed. Has it been a few minutes? Has it been an hour? Has it been a day? There's no way for you to know that unless you have a watch. You kind of have a sense of it, but it will be very helpful to know exactly, yeah, it may be several hours. Man, it may be a couple days before they dig me out of this mess, all right? These are the things that will be with you when you need them. Moving on with some of the other stuff, keychain as always, little stuff that is the minimal version of this in case, backup for your EDC. Lighter. Lately I've been using this one. I've been carrying it. These two would be kind of things that I don't carry always all the time, but usually I will have a lighter with me. This is a plasma lighter, which I like. It just uses electricity, which is, you have to do like a double click, right? And it lights stuff well enough, and I like it because it's very cool, because it has a crusader there, which is awesome. And just to remind me of what real money used to be in a time gone, 1964 Kennedy $50. Back in the day when money was real and we lived in a different world, and something to fiddle with every once in a while when waiting for stuff and so on. Folks, that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Share the video with people that may be interested in this approach to being prepared, but still are trying to figure things out. And of course, you have my books available in the links there below in Amazon. Take care. See you next time.